They thought you were weak, didn't they? They looked at your silence and mistook it for surrender. They saw your humility and called it fear. But what they didn't know, what they couldn't see, was the storm that God was building inside of you. You didn't come to be noticed. You came to be remembered. And now, the very system that tried to erase you is crumbling under the weight of your presence. Not because you screamed, not because you fought back in rage, but because you outlasted them. You healed quietly. You rose slowly. You evolved in silence. And now they see you, and they're terrified. This message is for you. Yes, you, the one who's been walking around with a heart full of battle scars. You've smiled in public while breaking in private. You've shown up for everyone while no one showed up for you. You've cried behind locked doors, praying that God would just give you one clear sign that your pain wasn't in vain. And this is that sign. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're not overreacting. You've just been surrounded by people who were never meant to witness your light, only to be exposed by it. They try to tear you down with words, subtle jabs, backhanded compliments, cold silences, and fake laughter behind your back. They watched your every move, not out of love, but out of envy. They waited for your breakdown. They craved your reaction. They mocked your path, hoping to derail your purpose. And you stayed silent, not because you didn't feel it, but because something deep inside you knew. Your reaction was your power, and giving them that power would have been the only real defeat. You see, the enemy's oldest trick is provocation. They don't need to destroy you. They just need to distract you. Because if they can get you to lower yourself to their level, they win. But you're not here to fight in the mud. You're here to walk on water. You're not here to match their pettiness. You're here to manifest your prophecy. And every time you chose to keep your peace instead of engaging with the chaos, you were rewriting your destiny. There's a divine law the world forgets, the law of least effort. Water doesn't struggle to flow. The sun doesn't beg to shine. Tigers don't explain their roar. And you don't need to prove your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your silence is sacred. Your stillness is strength. Because while they've been busy talking, you've been becoming. Don't you see? Chosen ones are never loud in their rise. They ascend in shadows. They evolve behind closed doors. And when they re-emerge, they don't just return, they arrive. And when you arrived, the system felt it. The lies, the manipulation, the sabotage. It all started to backfire. Because you were never playing their game. You were building a kingdom. And let me say this with every ounce of truth I have. God doesn't choose the loudest. He chooses the most faithful. He doesn't need you to be the strongest. He needs you to be the most surrendered. And you, my beautiful soul, surrendered even when it hurt, even when it was unfair, even when the people you loved turned cold. That's why you're still standing. That's why you're glowing in places they never thought you'd grow. Because light doesn't ask permission to shine. It just does. There were nights you questioned everything. Why me? Why this pain? Why so much betrayal? But now you're beginning to see. Those betrayals weren't breaking you. They were positioning you. The darkness was not punishment. It was preparation. You had to learn to trust your voice, even when no one else did. You had to learn to walk alone, so you could carry others when your time came. And your time is now. The system doesn't know what to do with someone like you. Someone who can't be bought. Someone who doesn't need validation. someone who glows with divine purpose. They called you too sensitive, too quiet, too soft. But those were never your weaknesses. They were your spiritual weapons. Because only someone deeply sensitive can feel God in silence. Only someone quiet can hear divine whispers. And only someone soft can walk through fire and still offer love on the other side. Don't let the world convince you you're broken. You're not broken. You're breaking cycles. You're not lost. You're being led. And no matter how many people try to erase your name, they can't erase your anointing. That glow they hate, that peace they can't shake. That's the evidence of your calling. You're walking proof that light cannot be hidden, even in the darkest rooms. You didn't destroy them with hate. You erased them with grace. You didn't clap back. You leveled up. You didn't throw stones. You built altars. And now the same ones who laughed are watching in silence, confused by your calm, threatened by your peace, disturbed by your refusal to sink to their level, because they can't figure out how you didn't just survive, you transformed. And let me tell you something that your soul needs to hear. You're not behind. You're not too late. Everything that didn't happen yet wasn't supposed to. Divine timing isn't always comfortable, but it is always perfect. What's yours is not being delayed. It's being prepared. God doesn't send blessings to a heart still holding on to bitterness. And you, chosen one, have done the work. You've cried the tears. You've released the pain. You've let go of people you loved more than yourself. And now, your harvest is coming. Not because you chased it, but because you became it. Your enemies aren't confused about who you are. They know exactly how powerful you are. That's why they tried to break you. But instead of bending, you bowed to God. And in that surrender, you accessed a strength they will never understand. You're not just chosen. You're protected. You're guided. And no weapon, emotional, spiritual, or psychological, formed against you can prosper. Not because of your might, but because of your mission. So don't shrink. Don't dim. Don't explain. Keep rising. Keep glowing. Keep moving in silence and letting your fruit speak for you. They tried to erase you, but you rewrote the script. And now, the system that once mocked you is watching you lead. May you always remember this. Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Eagles don't flap when crows scream. And light never asks the darkness for permission to exist. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to break through. You are not just surviving. You're ascending. And as you continue to rise, may peace go before you, favor surround you, and grace follow you wherever you go. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And that, my friend, is a truth no system can ever erase. If this touched your heart, like, comment, and share it with someone else who needs to remember who they really are. Because the world may have tried to forget you, but heaven never did.